The parents of terminally ill infant Charlie Gard fighting for his life.
We've been fighting for this medication since November. We're now in July. He's our son, he's our flesh and blood. We feel that it should be our right as parents to decide to give him a chance at life.
They have just hours to file evidence that will convince a British judge to keep their son alive and allow them to seek treatment for him in the United States. Joining us right now, family friend and spokesperson Alistair Seaton Marsden joins us from London. Alistair, good afternoon to you over there. Have they pulled together some evidence yet to show this judge why they should be allowed to keep their child alive? Alistair? Alistair, have the parents brought together yet the evidence to show the judge why Charlie Gard should be allowed to remain on life support?
The parents are desperately, Chris and Connie are desperately working on putting together evidence for the court. They've been given really not much more than 48 hours to do so for this second hearing. So they're currently in chambers with their solicitors and barristers, their lawyers, to our friends in the United States to pull together all the medical evidence and pulling together both letters from doctors and scientists who specialise in this condition from around the world.
I know there are doctors here in the United States, in New York, at New York Presbyterian Hospital, some in Italy, that say there is a chance they could put this child as part of a medical trial, and there is a possibility that this child could be better in the long run. Is that the evidence that they have, and what do you know about the individuals that have been successful so far with this treatment?
Yes, well, there's only 17 children in the world who suffer from this condition, mitochondrial syndrome, depletion syndrome. So it's a very, very rare condition. So obviously our understanding is there's only one real set of specialists which are in the United States. But they are getting evidence showing that there could be an up to 10% success rate. But one of the key things is the child is not currently suffering, and all the parents are asking for is simply for their son to be given a chance. The treatment is very straightforward. It's actually an additive into the child's feed. And they will know within a period of, I understand, of within 2 to 8 weeks whether or not there's likely to be some success or signs of success. So all they're asking for is simply for their baby son, Charlie, to be given a chance. And may I say that the parents and the whole family are so appreciative of all the support they've received from around the world, but especially the support from America, from the White House, from the President, from the Vice President, from all the people who've been signing the petition, and people who've even contributed from around the world to a fund to have him treated. And I would like to just add that the parents are asking of nothing from any financial contribution from any hospital, not from the National Health Service, not from contributions from the US hospital. They have privately raised the money. All they're asking is to be allowed to take their son to the United States of America for this treatment.
Absolutely.
So, and it's groundbreaking treatment.
And you had mentioned the additive. Apparently it's an additive that's also found in cornflakes, so how controversial could it be? Alistair, though, I want to ask you a little bit, and this really speaks to the state of medicine in Great Britain. If Charlie Gard's parents had been rich, they would have been able to take him to a private hospital, and this would not be a problem.
Absolutely. My absolute understanding is belief is, had they been wealthy parents and had they gone to a private hospital and they said, well, thank you very much, you've tried to treat Charlie as best as you can, your nursing's been great, but actually you just don't specialise in this very rare condition. We'd like to go and try this other hospital elsewhere in the UK, London, or elsewhere abroad, then this wouldn't raise an issue. Effectively, what is the baby Charlie is being held is effectively as a captive. His parents, who could not be more perfect parents and who are his legal guardians and have been beyond criticism. No court in the UK or even at the European Court of Human Rights has criticised his parents, because baby Charlie could not ask for better parents than he has. but yet they're not allowed to take him home. They've been told they can't even take him home to die, and they can't fly him to America. They've had an air ambulance standing by now for weeks. In fact, the air ambulance, in the end, even offered to for free. So literally, he's being held captive effectively by the British state and the British national health system.
You know what, as a parent, when you look at that child, when you look at the pictures of the child, if your child has a 10% chance of life, how could a judge ever say, pull the plug and don't let this child get that chance?
Absolutely. I was in court all day on Monday, and I couldn't understand. I'm a father myself. I have 2 young boys. In fact, I've got one of my boys with me in the studio because it's school holiday, and it was the only way I could come on television by bringing him. I could not refuse a chance. All they're asking for, quite simply, is a chance.
Sure, and one of the reasons so many people, Alistair, are speaking about this in the United States is because Donald Trump has offered any support he could and the American people could offer, as well as the Pope.
Sorry, could you just say that again, please?
Donald Trump's support of the Charlie Gard case has been helpful to your cause, hasn't it?
It has been so helpful. That initial tweet, I myself, I like to think even I had a little something to do with it. I wrote 5 weeks ago to the White House as an appeal, but I think everyone, you know, appealing to the White House, and it was amazing when Donald Trump came out and tweeted about it and has spoken about it. It was amazing when your Vice President, Mike Pence, has spoken about it, and it's amazing all the signatures that have been received. May I just make an appeal for everyone in the United States to sign his petition if they go to there are several petitions out there, but the main one we're aiming for, we're attempting to get 1 million signatures. At the moment, we've got 440,000 signatures. If we could have 1 million or 1 million plus signatures by tomorrow morning, and if they go to citizengo.org, and it's the first petition up there, we'd like 1 million signatures before the court commences tomorrow. So that's citizengo.org.
All right, Alistair, we'll have it on our website.
Charlie Gard petition.
Yeah, Alistair, we'll link it onto our website. We'll be praying for the family and praying for that judge to make the right decision. Thank you so much for being with us. Please keep us posted. God bless you all.
Thank you very much indeed.
All right. So go to foxandfriends.com, and we will have a link to that website if you would like to sign the petition.